Wait. A flight attendant fell 33,000 feet without a parachute and survived. That's 6 miles straight down. 6 miles. Meanwhile, a famous rock star died falling just 3 feet off a stage. So here's what's gonna mess with your head. Right now, you probably think you know what height would kill you. You're wrong. The truth about falling is so bizarre that scientists literally can't explain why some people die falling off a chair while others survive falling from planes. And I'm about to show you exactly where the line between life and death really is. Oh, and number 4? It's a technique that paratroopers use that could literally save your life one day. Let's go. Number 1. The terrifying 50-foot rule. Okay, picture yourself on top of a 5-story building. That's roughly 50 feet. Your brain's screaming, danger. And it should be. Because at exactly this height, physics stops being your friend and becomes your worst enemy. Here's the insane part. A massive study from the American College of Surgeons analyzed over 700 fall victims and found that at 50 feet, your mortality rate hits 50%. It's literally a coin flip with death. Below 30 feet, your survival rate is around 95%. Above 70 feet, now you're looking at 90% mortality. But here's what will blow your mind. From 50 feet, you hit the ground in just 1.8 seconds at about 40 miles per hour. Your internal organs are still traveling at that speed when your body stops. They literally crash into each other like a multi-car pileup inside your chest. Your aorta can tear completely off your heart. Your brain slams into your skull so hard it bounces back and hits the other side. And the scariest part? You're conscious for every millisecond of the fall. Not long enough to do anything about it, but just long enough to know exactly what's happening. Number 2. The flight attendant who broke physics. January 26, 1972. Vesna Vulovic is working on JAT Flight 367 when a bomb explodes at 33,330 feet. The plane disintegrates. Everyone dies instantly, except Vesna. She was unconscious, pinned inside a piece of the tail section by a food cart. And this is where it gets absolutely mind-blowing. She fell for approximately 3 minutes. 3 entire minutes. At terminal velocity, about 120 miles per hour. The tail section acted like a horrible parachute, spinning and tumbling. She crashed into a snow-covered mountainside in Czechoslovakia at an angle, which spread the impact. The deep snow, the angle, the trees that broke her fall first. Everything had to be perfect. She broke basically everything. Skull fractures, 3 broken vertebrae, broken ribs, broken legs, temporary paralysis. But she lived. She even wanted to return to work, but the airline wouldn't let her. She died in 2016 at age 66 from natural causes. The Guinness World Records still lists her as surviving the highest fall without a parachute. Scientists studied her case for decades trying to understand how it was possible. They still don't fully understand it. Number 3. Why 20-40 feet is secretly the worst. This is going to sound backwards, but falls from 20 to 40 feet are often worse than higher ones. I'm serious. Here's why. At this height, people don't think it's that dangerous, so they don't prepare for impact. They reach out with their arms, land wrong, and snap their necks or skulls on the pavement. The National Library of Medicine published a study showing that head injuries are actually more common in falls from 2 to 4 stories than from 5 to 7 stories. Why? Because from higher up, people instinctively go into a protective position. From lower heights, they try to catch themselves. Big mistake. At 30 feet, you're moving at 30 miles per hour when you hit. That's fast enough to shatter your wrists like twigs if you reach out, sending you face first into the ground. Construction workers die from these heights all the time. In fact, OSHA reports that falls from ladders and scaffolding under 30 feet cause more workplace deaths than any other type of fall. It's not the height that kills you, it's thinking you can handle it. Number 4. The 5-point landing. That paratroopers swear by. Listen carefully because this is what special forces learn, and it literally saves lives. If you're falling from height, here's exactly what to do. First, do not reach out with your hands. Ever. Keep your feet together, knees slightly bent. As you fall, try to stay as relaxed as possible. I know, easier said than done. Right before impact, point your toes down slightly and prepare to roll. Here's the sequence. Balls of your feet, then heels, then calves, then thighs, then butt, rolling to your side. 5 points of contact to distribute the impact. The U.S. Army Paratrooper Training Manual calls it the PLF, Parachute Landing Fall. They practice this thousands of times because it works. In World War II, paratroopers who landed wrong had a 30% casualty rate just from the landing. After they developed the PLF, it dropped to under 2%. But here's the weird part that nobody talks about. Tensing up is what kills you. A study from UCLA Medical Center found that children under 5 survive falls better than any other age group. Why? They don't know enough to be scared. They stay loose. Their bones bend instead of breaking. One kid fell 7 stories onto concrete and walked away with minor bruises because he was asleep when he fell out the window. Stayed completely relaxed the whole way down. Number 5. The truth about water that nobody tells you. Everyone thinks water will save them. I'll just jump into water like in the movies. Stop. From anything above 100 feet, water becomes your enemy. Here's the physics. Water is 784 times denser than air. When you hit it at high speed, it can't move out of the way fast enough. It becomes incompressible, like liquid concrete. The World High Diving Federation sets its maximum height at 90 feet for men, 70 for women. These are trained professionals who know exactly how to enter the water, and even they get injured regularly. Compressed spines, blown eardrums, bruised organs. From the Golden Gate Bridge at 245 feet, you hit the water at 75 miles per hour. The impact is roughly 15,000 pounds of force. Your ribs shatter, puncturing your lungs and heart. Your organs literally explode from the pressure. The few who survive the impact often drown because they're too injured to swim. And here's the most disturbing fact. Multiple people have survived suicide attempts from the Golden Gate Bridge, and every single one reported the same thing. The second they jumped, they immediately regretted it. Every problem in their life suddenly seemed fixable, except the fact they were falling. Number 6. The miracle heights. Nobody can explain. This is where science just throws up its hands and gives up. Alan McGee, U.S. airman, fell 22,000 feet from his B-17 bomber in 1943. No parachute. Crashed through a glass train station roof. Lived. Julianne Kupka, 17 years old, fell 10,000 feet still strapped to her airplane seat into the Amazon rainforest. Walked for 11 days through the jungle to find help. Lived. Nicholas Alcomade, British tail gunner, jumped from his burning bomber at 18,000 feet without a parachute because he preferred a quick death to burning alive. Hit pine trees and snow, twisted knee and some bruises. That's it. Meanwhile, Robert Urich, a healthy adult, tripped on a curb, fell 3 feet, hit his head, and died instantly. The human body makes absolutely no sense. Researchers at the University of California studied over 2,000 fall cases and basically concluded, we have no idea why some people survive and others don't. So what's the real answer? How high can you fall without dying? The truth is, anything above 50 feet and you're gambling with your life. But also, people have survived falls from planes and died falling off stepladders. The human body is simultaneously the most fragile and most resilient thing in existence. Your best bet? Just don't fall. But if you do, remember the PLF, stay relaxed, and hope you're one of those statistical miracles that make scientists question everything they know about physics. If you want more videos like this, subscribe right now. See ya!